Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to Season 7, Episode 1 of the Impossible Dream with Bala Town. And today we pick straight up where we left off last episode at the end of the transfer special with our Champions League second playoff round tie against Ludogorets Razgrad of Bulgaria. But first, with it being a new season, it's time to take a look at sort of a state of the club as we stand. And we can see we're now a 2-star reputation club. Obviously, I'm the manager. Dixon is the captain this year, taking over, of course, from James Waite, who was captain this time last year. Reece Williams is vice-captain. Gratterson is our key player, and he's just developing into, to be honest, someone that I don't think we're going to have this time next year if he keeps that up. But we'll see how we go here. And our young prospect is Darken Nebev. Now, he actually has just broken his leg. He's out on loan in Kazakhstan. I mean, I've never really seen it, to be honest, but he keeps getting good ratings, so he hasn't got a work permit, which is why he's out on loan. I'm hoping he'll play football in Kazakhstan and get picked for the national team, but that's not really going to plan just yet. But we'll live in hope that maybe one day we'll get him a work permit. Well, we can see here what else we want to have a look at. If we go to general news, you can see that. Big breaking news. I am a legend at Bala Town now. So that's humbling. Strangely, Ryan Sears is the one that's gone into iconic status. So that's really strange to me. But he is, I mean, he's been a very good player for us, don't get me wrong. But some of the other players that we've had, I think it's strange that he's the one that the fans have fallen in love with. Favoured personnel, Reece Williams, Luke Bustenbrew, Denny Gosset, who is, of course, no longer at the club, and Ryan Burke as well. But, yeah. Now that I'm a legend, maybe now is the time we ask for a new stadium. Maybe I can finally get that Aussie Villain Arena. Quick update of facilities there. We know that we're upgrading our training and youth facilities. That should be done sort of midway through this season. We've got exceptional junior coaching and youth recruitment, which is hopefully why we will continue to bring through some very good players. Because that realistically is how we're going to get to be a Champions League regular, never mind champions. So we're going to have an academy that can basically get us there. So we've got excellent data analysis facilities, and that is where we stand there. Club vision, we've sort of seen this on and off. We're only doing a B. I mean, come on, really, a B. They're concerned about the finances involving Ryan Murphy and Duffield Thomas, but I don't have any concern, so neither should the board. Finances, we're not too bad. We've obviously got European money still to come. So if we can get into a group stage of something, that'll keep us afloat. Last year we made a loss with the Europa League group stage money, but we also upgraded both training facilities as well as the data analysis facilities. So we probably invested about $5 million of that into the club. And we've lowered our wage bill down just ever so slightly, which is promising as well. And if we go and have a quick look at the history of the club and records, because I think this is kind of the interesting stuff. Any records that we got 91 points last year. That was with a draw and a defeat, so that'll be tough to beat. But until we get sort of the perfect season, I think there will be 96 points for us. Then we've got to aim for that. I'm not going to worry about fewest points in the year. Most league wins, I mean, we can only do 2 more, so we'll go for that. But we did get that record last year as well. Most points, we got that last year. Did we most goals. We got 90 goals last season. I really want to try and get to 100 goals. If not this season, then in the near future. That's sort of a personal goal of mine. Fewest goals, well, that's not really of any relevance. If we have a look here, we've got attendances. We can't really do too much about the attendances. I mean, it's down to how many people we get to European Champions League games. If we get there, I mean, just on 10,000 for Liverpool, we'll take that. Biggest win, we got an 8-0 last year, so we got that record last year. Biggest defeat was the season before against Liverpool. There's not much we could do about that on the day, was there? Highest scoring match, I mean, unless it's sort of all our scoring goals, and I'm not particularly bothered by it. Transfer record fees paid. Right now, Ryan Murphy is that record at £75,000. Highest transfer received, of course, was our £1 million for Dojo Simic just this past transfer window, last episode. So that was good. 95,000, which we've currently spent. Is that this season or was that last season? That's the record transfer spending. One of these days we'll spend some real money when we see players that we would like the look of. Bustenbrew is, of course, the all-time league goal scorer with 69 goals. I think currently it's Allmark is the closest to that. Now, my plan for Allmark is, I think, to use him in the league this season. It depends who we can get in between now and the end of the season, of course, the end of the transfer window, of course. But I just don't think he's quite good enough for Europe. I think Stewart is possibly the guy that we'll have to go for in the bigger games. And unless we can get somebody else in, I think Allmark will be my main man for the league. So what's he at right now? He's got a record down here, youngest goal scorer. Where is he? We can see there, he's technically, I just don't think technically he's good enough for Europe. Everything else, he's fine, I think, for Europe. And he's a beast for the league. But yeah, just technically, that's sort of his downfall. He currently has 29 league goals, so he's probably two good goal scoring seasons away from the record. And I'd like to that's my plan for him, is that he's going to be our man in the league. Highest average ratings, we can see Adam Maurice 2 seasons ago got that. The youngest player is Damien Allmark. He's also the youngest goal scorer, which is excellent. Oldest player was Valentine. Got nowhere near that. We probably will never get anywhere near that again, to be honest. Most goals in a match, Buston Brew has it for 4 for both league and in Europe, or just regular, but that was the first time he did it was in Europe, and then of course he did it in the league. Most assists, Denny Gossage record back from season 1, I think. That this is at 1920, so it stood the test of time. Will anybody ever beat Denny Gossage's assist record? Most clean sheets, Rima Miles did that last season. And Declan Wright got 9 Man of the Match awards last year to get that record as well. And now unbeaten runs. We have to start from scratch again. Most games won in a row is 13. We did that. No, it's not actually not our record. We need to get that record. We need to win 14 games in a row at some point. Probably after we're out of Europe. Most games without losing. 29. That's consecutively, of course. That's not just in the league. So again, it's difficult for us in Europe right now to go on these unbeaten runs. Most games lost in a row was 3. That's probably back, season 1 or 2. Most games without winning, it's that same run. We lost 3 in a row. Most games without scoring is 2. And most games without conceding is only 8. We did that last season, it looks like. But, yeah, I mean, again, it's European games and we're changing players all the time. And that probably becomes an issue, doesn't it? In terms of most appearances by a player, I do think that the closest we get to that is going to be Rhys Williams. And he's currently just over 100. He had 12 games for Kidderminster. So, he's at 102 games. So no one is really close to to that record yet. But there we go. That's sort of the club as we stand. Let's go and play Ludogorets. They are the favourites for this one. A little bit annoying, but it is what it is. We're at home for the first leg, so we want to try and keep a clean sheet if we can. Now, up against... we don't know too much what we're up against, to be honest. Why does it say there's a manager there? Hang on. There's a manager there, but why does it not say there's a manager anywhere else? He's a sports scientist. He's a head of sport. I don't understand. Head of sports science fitness coach, but he's their manager as well, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that. We don't know too much about them because I have loaded up other leagues, but the Bulgarian league for some reason was not one of them. This is how they played against the Georgian opposition they beat in the first qualifying round. So a little bit of the Rusko bus park. So hopefully we're not going to come back and have that haunt us again. They did that home and away. So looks like they kept it tight and that pretty much got it done for them. This is a team we're sending out. A first look at 1 or 2 players here. Rhys Miles continues in goal. We're going to go with Burke, Gredison, Gosney, and the new right back Grant comes in for this one. The reason being, obviously, if you missed the transfer special, Branthwaite frustratingly left us with a transfer release clause triggered. Ryan Sears, who I would play, is not really match sharp, so we're going to go with he's new to the team, but he's a little bit match sharper, so let's hope that works out for us. York, and a first look at the channel for Ryan Murphy in midfield. It's going to be Callum Connolly, who's been an absolute star so far. He continues down the right with Dixon and Adam Maurice, the new first choice on the left. And Damien Allmark goes up top. Let's see what we can do here. And here we go. We do, of course, have Duffy Thomas. We might see a first look at him on the bench, and also Swift behind my head there, another of the new signings. But it is a debut for Grant. So let's just hope that doesn't come back to haunt us, playing a brand new player. Gomez says we should pick up where we left off. We were quite good against the Kosovoans. I think they were what we beat in the first round. I'm going to say, come on lads, show me what you can do tonight. Some calm, we have faith. Ideally, we'll keep a clean sheet here and maybe nick a couple of goals. And here we go. Now, of course, the board expectation, let's not forget, is to get to the third qualifying round. So the board expect us to win this tie. So, yeah, let's see what we can do. It's one of these where I feel like we should be good enough to beat the Bulgarian champions at this point, but I think they're almost a 4-star reputation club. Ludogorets, they have a lot of money behind them, I think, in real life, don't they? And they are a good team. So, yeah, we'll just have to kind of see how we go here. So far, so good. We've had all the chances, a lot of the ball. There's a throw over the top. We get to that through Ryan Burke. He goes back to Rima Miles, and let's hope this is going to be a Bala Town highlight. Hopefully one that ends in a goal. Gretterson there for Gosney. Gosney goes forward looking for Allmark. No, he finds Dixon. Can Dixon play in Allmark? He can. Allmark is in here. Damien Allmark. Oh, draws a good save from the Bulgarian goalkeeper. And it is still tied at 0, but that was promising. Look at this. We've got to make these chances count, boys. Concentrate. I've overwhelmed them with their concentrate shout. Callum Connolly is not having a great game. Is just step up in class here. Maybe just a little bit too much for him, I wonder. We've absolutely smashed them. How we're not in the lead in this game is absolutely beyond me. No goals yet in the Champions League qualifying. All right, what do we do here? What do we say? I'm going to say I'm not happy. Let's get a little bit of passion going into Connor Gosney there. And given it's a Rusco bus park, I'm going to wonder if we are hitting early crosses. All right, so maybe... All right, we'll keep going with that. There's not necessarily a need to change too much, but we do need to try and improve, don't we? I'm wondering if it's not for Gosney this one, and maybe we look to give David Thomas a debut. Poor goal kick there, picked up by the new boy Grant. What can he do? He is a good player getting forward. He goes past 1, he goes past 2, and again draws a decent save from the Bulgarian goalkeeper. Now, can we make this corner count? We know we're decent from them. Burke ball in there, it's headed away. Connolly's there. Connolly! Oh! Disallowed! Enemy of football. What is it? Someone's in front of the goalkeeper. It's another stunning strike from the youngster Callum Connolly. We are offside, I guess, but the goalkeeper had absolutely no idea about that one. More of that, please, Callum. That's what we like to see. Defending from a corner now. Not always our strength. Oh, off the line. Number 20. Who is that? And off the line again. Burke this time with the second block. We've dodged the bullets there. 2 of them. We're in the matrix, and we've just about got away with that. All right. We might need to change something here. Let's try work the ball into the box. We are dominating possession. Let's see if we just need to be a little bit more patient here. Let's give it a demand more. I am going to call it on some players here, though. I don't necessarily know it's been Allmark's fault, but we're going to try going with the poacher. We are going to give David Thomas a game out there for Callum Connolly. And we don't really have anybody to play on the left-hand side. We could move Murphy out, put McVeigh in the middle. Maybe that works. Now, can Murphy play as a winger? He can just about. All right, so we'll stick with our shape. And we'll make those changes. Triple Subbage. I wonder if we try some praise, maybe. Let's just try some praise. I'd love to have an away goal, a goal to take with us, just in case. But I'd rather have a clean sheet, to be honest. I'll take 0-0 over 1-0, I think. Well, not, right now. I'd rather the game end now at 0-0 than play on and potential of a goal. Here we go with Ewan Dixon, though he's in here. He's got Stewart with him. Ewan Dixon! Oh! Not even a save, that one. That was straight into the side. And their strikers had a bad game, which makes me wonder, although it's the left midfielder. Here we go. Can we get a late goal? Grant throws it in there for David Thomas. He crosses. It's headed away. And are we going to find ourselves late on here, conceding a goal? That's not what we want. Can we get back? Can we get back? Oh, it's a good, powerful shot, but it does whistle just past the post. Let's try exploiting the flanks. And stoppage time. McVeigh. Oh, it's a loose pass. Can we win that? No, we cannot. We do not want to find ourselves behind going to Bulgaria. You just get the feeling Rima Miles makes the save. You just get a feeling that we've had our chances, we haven't taken them. How often do you see a team punished for that? But it ends 0-0 despite our domination. But yeah, work to do in Bulgaria still. What do we say? Unlucky? I'm not happy, boys. I'm not happy. So there we go, we missed the chance to win. So many chances, so little goals. Guys, wait right there, we'll be back for the second leg. We go off to Bulgaria. Okay, welcome back. Now, before we get to the second leg, a few little pre-season odds updates to catch you up on. Damien Allmark is the evens favourite to be the top goal scorer in the league this season. Ryan Murphy for us is in there, was installed at 4th favourite as well. So we'll see how he goes, but Damien Allmark, favourite to get the top goal scorer award. In terms of top player in the league, Gretterson, our Icelandic centre-back, who just quietly is developing into a very, very nice player indeed. He is the favourite to get the top player ahead of Rima Miles and Alex Lowry. we haven't seen much of yet. He's sort of a player I actually am using or planning to use in the league, but a very, very solid midfielder as well. They are sort of the first three favourites to be the player of the season. And then if we go up here, we should see the top young player of the year. Grederson is favourite for that one, ahead of Gavin Grant, our on loan Manchester United right back, and Rima Miles again in the conversation for that one. So individually, our players look like they're set for big years in the Welsh League, but right now we're worried about Europe and making sure we get through to the next round. We are not favourites again. They are evens. We are 12-5, and we need away goals. That goes without saying. Now they're going to have to come out at us. We still don't know too much about them. We have an analysis report for how they played against us last time. Again, it was the Rusco Bus Park. A little bit narrow. Perhaps we should have been exploiting the flanks during that game, but without knowing too much about them, it was sort of difficult to know. We can see there their passing network and those key passes against us last time. And this is the team that we're sending out. There is one or two changes for this one, but more or less we're keeping faith with the same team. So Miles goes in goal. It's Burke, Grederson, Gosney, and Sears comes in for this one. We do have Grant on the bench, but I gave him a game in a friendly midweek, which we won like 7-0 against Hereford, 7-1 it might have been. He's just a little bit more solid defensively, and I think away from home, we'll see how the game's going, but I just want to have someone a little bit more solid in there to start with. York and Murphy continue in midfield. We're going to give Callum Connolly another start. He's been brilliant for us, so I'm not going to put one bad performance against him. Again, he's someone that is just developing really, really nicely, potentially a 4.5-star player at this point. Dixon and Maurice will continue. We're going to go with Stewart up top. He's the better finisher. We saw Allmark have one chance and not be able to take it. I'm hoping if a similar thing occurs this game, Stewart will tuck it away. So there we go. It is essentially the same formations up against each other. Someone says we should encourage the team. I'm going to say just win, boys. Just win for me. Go out there, pull off an upset, lads. Let's try that. We aren't the favourites for this one, so maybe taking a little bit of pressure off them. That will hopefully work. And let's go. A bit of a flashback to the fullbacks, isn't it? Burke and Sears again to 2 seasons ago where they were absolutely brilliant for us. Let's hope they can still put on a performance. Let's give it a get creative. Here we go from the corner. Maurice, decent. It's their back post and it's offside again. Is it going to be a tie of disallowed offside goals? That is 2 now over the 2 legs. And Gosney, he is offside, so we can't really complain. But, so unlucky. How many times have we seen us score goals like that as well? They don't have men on the goal line though, and that's maybe what's cost us there. Let's give it another get creative. Again, we're having more of the ball. Haven't created as much this game. An away goal is absolutely vital. We really could use one. Am I exploiting the flanks? I am exploiting the flanks this time. I mean, at some point, they're going to have to come out at us, I would imagine. Here we go with a highlight. I'd rather it when we're already 1-0 up, though. There's a nice little pass there for Connolly. He's got a little bit of space in front of him. He cuts inside. Loses out. Can we get to that? We do. Grederson's there. All right, he's looking increasingly like the star of the team, Grederson, isn't he? Sam York now. There's a good ball for Adam Maurice. Maurice! Oh, it's a stunner from Adam Maurice. What a way to open the scoring. It's possibly a goal of the season contender as well this early in the year. And it is a stunning strike from Adam Maurice to put Bala Town 1-0 up with the away goal as well. And you just got the feeling it was going to take something a little bit special. And he's just had a look up. The goalkeeper possibly could have done better than that. But Adam Maurice, who needs Glenn Middleton when we've got Adam Maurice? We should have signed Middleton, because in the end we've made a nice little profit off of him. But there we go. Looks like Callum Connolly has been found on the edge of the area there. Now, is this Ryan Burke territory, I wonder? It's Maurice again. Maurice for the double. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. Adam Maurice straight at the goalkeeper. He's bluffed him out. It's 2-0 Bala Town on the stroke of half-time. And we've surely now, with 2 away goals, surely now we've done it. Goalkeeper having an absolute nightmare. And that is 2-0 in first half stoppage time. And surely that is enough to get us into this third qualifying round, which was the board expectation, let's not forget. We'll give it an assertive. Don't get complacent out there, boys. Maurice, you've been an absolute god amongst men. Go and get your hat-trick, son. We'll tell Dixon we want to see a little bit more from him. We still haven't really found someone to play up front for us in Europe, have we? That is the big problem that I see with this squad right now. Yeah, the new guy that we signed on loan, the Irish lad, he's not. We can only register one, so I at the time registered Grant because he's injured anyway for the first leg. I think he's still injured now actually as well. So there was no point registering an injured player, but we will register him for this next upcoming qualifying round. But yeah, we really could use. We need someone that's going to play up there and get the goals for us, don't we? And we haven't found that person yet. Ball in. It's decent, and it's Stewart, speak of the devil, over the bar for him, though. Let's give them some praise, and let's maybe make some changes here. Let's get Lowry on for Ryan Murphy on the booking. Just a central midfield is fine. We'll just start and just make it a little bit more difficult for them. Let's get Allmark a chance up top. Let's play him as his preferred pressing forward role. Now we've got the lead. Just try and stop them from sort of having time on the ball at the back. But yeah, so far so good. This is looking as though a decent, just a solid away performance, isn't it? They have not really shown us anything over the 2 legs. So yeah, it's sort of a little bit of a, in the end, we'll just take Sears off and protect him there. Yeah, in the end, their lack of ambition has cost them. But we've got 2 goals, a special goal from Maurice, and then a nice free kick as well. And that's us into the third qualifying round. Not as easy as we would have liked, but the important thing is that we have got there. So there we go, Bala triumph over Ludogorets in the second qualifying round. The third qualifying round we have got, they're Slovenian, aren't they, I think? Yeah, Slovenian champions. Now, who did they beat to get this far? They knocked out Ep1, 1-0 over 2 legs. So again, you suspect maybe not the most attacking team, just the one non-grayed out player there as well. So we've got to be every chance of going another round further here. If we play well, you'd like to think that we can beat Slovenian opposition, wouldn't you? I think we did beat Slovenian opposition in the past as well. Did we play Maribor, I think, at some stage? Maybe I'm dreaming that up. Anyway, guys, that is it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. We'll be back next time for that third qualifying round, where you can see we have Ruthen, who are no longer a affiliate club. Now they're a Premier League team. They're too important for us, apparently, so that link's been cancelled. But we'll play over that second round Welsh League Cup tie, and we'll do the home and away again in the Champions League qualifying. That's all for next time, guys. Until then, open Aussie Bell. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.